I actually had this canoe, and I got the idea I wanted to sail. So I put a rudder on it, I asked my mother for a sheet for my birthday, made the sails myself, put a sideboard on it to stop it drifting, and that was my first sailing boat. The first boat I got after my canoe was a boat called Falcon, and it belonged to a fellow named John Burns, and it was his training boat, and it also became my training boat. And then I progressed into Westwind 4, which was a beautiful boat, varnished, beautiful timber, and better than any woman. The Oak Flats Sailing Club came to exist with about 4 fellas. They sailed 4 different boats, and they started in about 1948, they started the Illawarra South Yacht Club. The club went from there, and a man by the name of Lou Harold, who had no children, but he had a lot to do with around the place, and he actually sort of built the shed where we had the headquarters, and it just grew and grew and grew. There was nothing in Oak Flats. So the yacht club became the hub of the place. All the young mob would come down to the yacht club. And here we were, we'd meet, we'd go over there, we'd get the boats out, come on, let's go for a sail. There wasn't competition as such, it was just sailing and the love of the water. And so it gradually progressed to one year we had 25 VJs and 14 VSs, and that's a lot of boats to put on the bank like that. Our first Commodore, John Hall, was a wonderful drawer. He loved to doodle. Stan Dix built him a VS, and they were to sail it across to Oak Flats. But unfortunately on that day, the wind dropped out. They got becalmed off Native Dog Reef, wouldn't accept the tow back to Oak Flats, and so there they sat. Unbeknownst to everybody, they had a bottle of rum each, and by the time they got back into Oak Flats, they were absolutely legless. I just love the water. I'm going back into the water when I finish this earth, and there's something about water, something about being in a boat you cannot explain. It's the movement up and down. A lot of people get sick. I don't. I love it. It's heaven. Really, sailing's a bit like life. Have your ups and your downs, sometimes more downs than ups. And there's a saying about Lake Illawarra, it's so shallow that if you do happen to tip over, you can always walk home.